The Super Mario Bros. Movie was announced way back in either late 2017 or early 2018. We were told that it would be animated by the studio Illumination, most famous for the little yellow horrifying Tic Tacs known as the Minions. And then that was it. We heard pretty much no information. The closest thing that we got to information on it, I'd say would really just be the voice actor of Mario saying that he had not been reached out for the film yet, which, that doesn't seem good. However, just recently, comedian Sebastian Maniscalco said that he will be in the movie playing as Spike. Spike was the boss of Mario and Luigi in the NES game Wrecking Crew. I'm pretty sure there's a Smash stage on it, I think. He also once again confirmed that, this is going to be an animated movie. So suffice to say, this is something very strange but very interesting. I remember when it was initially revealed, a lot of people were a bit worried and had a lot of theories and ideas of what would go on. I can fully see why, after Miyamoto's involvement with Paper Mario and saying, no, go do this instead, go bring Toads. I can get why some people might be just a little bit hesitant to him being the director, well not director, but heavily involved within the Mario movie. People hope that maybe it would be interesting, maybe they drag in some characters from the RPGs, like Fawful's back, I would watch that. I mean, I'm watching the Mario movie no matter what, but I would watch that. Some people thought it'd be your usual Mario affair, but no, it's animated, it's completely different. Same story as usual, same everything as usual, but it's completely animated now. Isn't it amazing? Now instead of playing a game that's animated, you watch it. Then, there was a post made on 4chan where somebody made the worst outcome for what a Mario movie could be. Like, other than Adam Sandler being the voice of Bowser, it was a horrifying thing to read through, because it's very realism. There's little spouts of conversation here and there of the movie after that post, but nothing major. Until Funny Charles Man said that he is yet to be contacted for the Mario movie. At this point, the movie's very far into development, if we are to assume that when it was announced that it was started to be worked on right there and then. So to not have him be the voice of them could mean many things. Maybe they're just not going to have Mario and Luigi speaking full sentences. I completely understand that. Maybe they'll just grab bits and pieces from some of the games, like some of the Mario and Luigi titles, some of the Mario parties, all that, string it together to make full-on sentences, or of course just only have them use the phrases. It can definitely work. You've got all these TF2 SFM animators who do that, where they just take a bunch of clips, bam, here's the story I want to tell using everything already in the game. Could also mean that they're not in it. The Mario movie just straight up doesn't have Mario or Luigi or Wario or Waluigi. Those last two, that's the bad part. Funny Purple Man. Now that I would miss that. Or maybe he just said that because he's legally obligated to. I mean, it would make more sense for him to say that he was in the movie, because a lot of people started to get really worried when he said that he wasn't. I can't actually find the tweet now, so perhaps he has deleted it after the fact. Maybe because he has been contacted now, or for some other different reasons. But yes, that, once again, brings us back to here. With them using such an abnormal character. Like, we have not seen this man ever again, I'm pretty sure. He's only ever appeared in that first game he was in. He probably has appeared in Smash Bros. I mean, for Christ's sake, Mario's shoes probably have one as well. So this inclusion of such an obscure character, let's be honest, has made people think, who else could be in this movie? As I'd said before, people were really hoping for some of the RPG cast, or, I don't know, people from Luigi's Mansion, just anyone outside of the main titles. And now that might happen. It also makes Wario and Waluigi a lot more likely, which I like that. But let's stop thinking about that for a second and think, why 4-Man Spike? Where this information originally came from, which is a podcast which the actor took place in, all he said was that he was the Mario Brothers boss, Spike. He never specifically said 4-Man Spike, though that would make a lot of sense, as 4-Man Spike was the boss of Mario and Luigi in Wrecking Crew, which could mean that this movie is all about how they actually got to the Mushroom Kingdom, which, personally, I could not care less about that. I don't want to see that in Mario movie. I'll watch it. I already said I'll watch whatever they squeeze out, but I wouldn't enjoy it. Maybe it'll just be the occasional flashback, which Once again, I wouldn't really want to see, but I would be fine with as long as the movie wasn't entirely about that. Perhaps it won't be that Spike. There are many enemies and many characters that have just Spike in there. There's at least 3. You've of course got 4-man Spike, as everybody's been flipping their crap about. You've got Spike, the green one that throws the spiky balls at you. And you have, I don't know the first part of his name, but I know the last bit is Spike. He was the person who ran the fighting arena in Thousand Year Door. I think it was the 3rd chapter in the game. Personally, I hope it is the 3rd one, because once again, I don't like the idea of, oh look, here's where Mario and Luigi were before the whole thing. Wow, isn't that interesting? No. It also could be a new character called Spike. I mean, why have such an already used name be the name of a new character? It'd be a lot simpler if you just made a new name. Just call them Jeremy or something. Just do that. Anyway, another leak says that Donkey Kong might also be in the film, and if he's in there, then having Spike as the boss would fit in nicely with that, as Donkey Kong originally came from the video game Donkey Kong, which takes place on buildings that are being constructed, and of course destructed. So what does all this actually mean? Which Spike will we see? How big of an effect will they have in the film? What's the whole situation here? Personally, reading through it itself and watching the podcast itself, I think that they don't have that big of a role. The fact that he had to think of the name for a second and that he's gonna go do it at 12. 12's all for little baby actors. All the baby actors go to 12. So my theory is they'll only be in there for, like, 3 scenes, 2 scenes, 1 scene, who knows, but they just won't have that big of an involvement in the movie. Either way, if he's 4-man Spike, or if he's Spike, or if he's Spike, or if he's Spike, I'm happy that we finally gotten more information. Once again, this was announced 2017-2018, and we have heard pretty much nothing about it, other than Charles might not be in it, and also that last year we heard that the film was making good progress, which could mean anything really. I hope that we get more information in the future, perhaps even a trailer so we can actually see, oh, this is what it's going to be, just have a general idea of what's going on. I'm happy that still is definitely confirmed to be an animated movie. At this point, I think they're definitely going to stick to that. We really do not need another live-action Mario movie. The first one is more than enough to last about 700 million years. Alright, that's just about everything that really needs to be covered when it comes to this topic. Once again, I hope we see a lot more in future of what's going on behind those funny closed doors at Illumination. I really hope that this movie is good. Illumination doesn't exactly have the best track record when it comes to that. I'd say their only good movie would be the first Despicable Me, and maybe The Grinch. That one's alright. It's the best one they've had since Despicable Me. Everything else is just, no thank you. I don't want the Toads to be, like, budget minions. I would not like that. Please, please God, do not do that. Anyway, like, subscribe, all that garbage. Discuss anything. What do you want to see? Nobody ever watches this far, so if you're here, well done. There's a Nintendo Direct mini announced, no, not mini, Indie World, and I'm gonna be checking that out, not on YouTube. I'll just watch it whenever it appears. Maybe I'll talk about it. Who knows? There isn't usually much to talk about when it comes to indie showcases, because a lot of the time it would be new titles, and new titles, you can't be like, oh, let's compare it to the previous title, because there is none. I guess you could compare it to the previous game made by the people, but, you know, if a company keeps on switching and making completely new games every single time, you can't really do that. It'd be like comparing Kirby to F-Zero. There's no connection. Anyway, as this is YouTube back in 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, don't know exactly when, I'm going to draw this out for another 40 seconds, because I want it to be 10 minutes, because that's where I get the ads, even though I'm not monetized.